Hi guys, it's Dan, and I'm about to answer some of your most searched questions about your favorite California girl, Katy Perry. Are Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom married? They are not. Okay, so I've got a quick relationship timeline for these two hotties. Here we go. So they meet in 2016 at a Golden Globes after party. Very fancy. They start dating a few months afterwards. They break up in 2017, or as their reps genuinely described it in a statement that they released, Orlando and Katy are taking respectful, loving space at this time. Jeez. February 2018, they reunite for a platonic vacation.
Liar. Oh, platonic.
Nothing says that we're just friends like going on holiday with each other to Prague, a very wonderful, very beautiful, very romantic city. September 2018, they make their relationship official on the red carpet of some rich person event in Monaco. I mean, come on, there's a thing that rich people show. I think it had some vague like, oh, we're raising money for, it's just where rich people hang out. They get engaged in 2019 on Valentine's Day. The most cliched and unimaginative day to get engaged of the year. I think I'm gonna do it on Valentine's Day. Yeah, good job, Orlando! Good Lord. March of 2020, they announced they're expecting their first child. Also in 2020, with obviously COVID ruining things for everybody except introverts, they had to postpone their wedding. So it was going to be in Japan, apparently, with 150 guests. What do we guess? Do we think it was going to be culturally appropriate or not? What do we reckon? What do we reckon?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Of course it would be. Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
She's very sensitive about
Very sensitive. Wow. Later in 2020, their daughter is born, and I'm sure we were all a little bit worried with the pair of them. What's the name going to be? The middle name's Dove. But the first name is Daisy. What a lovely name. Daisy Dove Bloom. I'll take that.
Ready to bring her in, baby.
And they announced their birth via UNICEF, interestingly enough, a post on the UNICEF Instagram, and used it as an opportunity to get people, to implore people to donate to UNICEF so that all women, all mothers around the world could have access to fantastic healthcare, which is a lovely thing. And a lovely reminder that you should donate to UNICEF as well, because they do some great work. And then last year, they discussed their wedding plans. It seems like it's still going to be a destination wedding, but there's no indication of what destination that destination will be. So, not married, but probably soon. How did Katy Perry become famous? So she released an album of contemporary Christian music. The album was called Katy Hudson, her real name, which did not do well. She collaborated with a big group of people, including the production team The Matrix, on an album called The Matrix. Which again didn't do particularly well. She wrote and recorded a couple of albums which never officially saw the light of day. One was called A Katy Perry and the other one was called Fingerprints. But again, she was doing the right things and impressing the right people and writing good music. Some of the things that she wrote that she didn't end up recording ended up being given to other people. Namely, I Do Not Hook Up and Long Shot were given to Kelly Clarkson, and Rock God was given to Selena Gomez and The Scene. She also at this time starred in her boyfriend Travie McCoy's music video, which is where I first remember seeing her. This is Gym Class Heroes with Cupid's Chokehold.
Man, I swear. She's got porcelain skin, of course she's a 10, and now she's even got her own song.
And then of course we've got One for the Boys, which was her second solo album. It was released in 2008, which featured the impossibly catchy Hot and Cold.
'Cause you're hot and you're cold, you're yes then you're no, you're in then you're out.
And the gay baiting ode to male fantasy lesbianism, I Kissed a Girl.
Kissed a girl just to try it. I hope my boyfriend don't mind it.
And the rest is history. Where is Katy Perry parents from? Not entirely sure, I'll be honest. We do know that they were pretty wild when they were younger, and then they found religion later in life. Her parents are called Mary and Maurice. Her father is a preacher. Her dad sometimes speaks in tongues, and her mum translates the tongues, that's quite a nifty gift. For those of you who don't know what speaking in tongues is, Here's an example. So if I'm interpreting that, I think he'll go with the surf and turf, medium rare. So Katy and her siblings were raised in a super duper strict Christian way, which is always a good idea because I think it never backfires. They went to church 3 times a week. They protested pop concerts from artists like Madonna and Marilyn Manson. And they weren't allowed to interact with members of the LGBT+ community or people of other races. They didn't celebrate Halloween. Their Christmas presents weren't brought by Santa, but by Jesus. And it was so strict that they had to refer to deviled eggs as angeled eggs. And they couldn't eat Lucky Charms because the word lucky reminded her mother of the word Lucifer. So we know that her parents are very well-adjusted, very logical people. Her dad delivered a series of sermons in 2016 denouncing his daughter's career and that her concerts make him weep with physical pain because people adore her instead of adoring God and or Jesus. She has mentioned him in positive ways on social media though, and she seems to see her mum or both of them quite frequently, so I would guess that their relationship today is generally positive, if complicated. Where is Katy Perry religion? Surprisingly, I think Katy Perry is still very religious. She said she had a very tough time in 2017, had a bit of a breakdown, went on a retreat of sorts, again, probably one of these rich people retreats, and it left her feeling closer to God than ever. So she is still absolutely all in on God, which is an incredible thing considering that upbringing that she had. Are Katy Perry and friends? It's another Friends speed round. Taylor Swift. They didn't used to be. There used to be a big feud born initially of Katy dating John Mayer, who had previously gone out with Taylor Swift, and then Katy hired quite a few of Taylor Swift's dancers. So they quit from Taylor Swift's Red World Tour and they went over to Katy Perry to dance on her Prism World Tour. So it's a kind of a dancers-based feud. Kind of a little bit messy, isn't it? But you'll be pleased to know, because I can see your little worried faces, you'll be pleased to know they have since made up.
Thank God.
Thank God, right?
I personally was freaking out about their friendship.
Tears in her eyes, it was awful. But they've since made up. Taylor even sent a handmade blanket to Katy for her daughter Daisy. Isn't that sweet? Christina Perri, they are not, as far as I can tell. They are connected by lots of people, not necessarily thinking that they're friends, but thinking that they're related, because of course they're both lady singers with the surname Perry. I've done my research on this, I've done my detective work, my Sherlock work. 2 main reasons why they're not related. 1, Perry isn't actually Katy Perry's real surname, and 2, the Perrys are spelt differently, Perry Y and Perry I. Can also confirm Katy Perry isn't related to actor Matthew Perry, 90210 heartthrob Luke Perry, former tennis player Fred Perry, or media mogul Tyler Perry. She's not related to any of them. Rihanna, no, they are not friends at all. They used to be very close friends indeed. Rihanna even organised Katy Perry's bachelorette party when she got married to Russell Brand, but they fell out over Rihanna's getting back together with Chris Brown. Katy clearly didn't think that Rihanna should have got back with the man who allegedly smacked her around. Rihanna did, and so they went their separate ways. Sad. Zooey Deschanel, just because they're both Caucasian, dark-haired women with enormous eyes, they must be good friends? That's called profiling, guys, and I don't agree with that at all. They are good friends though, in part because they have been mistaken for each other. What a lovely basis for a friendship that is. People sometimes think I'm you, people sometimes think you're me. Let's be buds. Can Katy Perry sing? This maybe seems like a little bit of a mean thing to Google, but I'm gonna take it on face value. I don't really know music, but according to thepopsmarts.com, overall, Perry is a vocalist with mixed proficiency. While she has some admirable vocal traits, she also seems content with having a unique voice at the cost of some technical perfection. There seems to be a lot of people who claim that she can't sing, but I would argue that that's just because they don't like her music. And that's not the same thing, guys, okay? You can not like someone and they can be a good singer. Both those things can be true.
WhatsApp and I'm seeing all these messages about me. The last one is from Will Kitty and he says, LOL, I heard you can't sing live at all. All right, let's send him a message.
Can Katy Perry dance? Let's see some evidence. So yes, she can dance. I don't think she's necessarily up there with the best in the industry, sure. But I also don't think that it's necessary for a singer to dance. That's why you have dancers. That's why you steal your dancers from Taylor Swift's world tour, because they can dance for you. You just stand there singing and gaining people's adoration. That's all you need. Can Katy Perry rap? Oh boy, okay, here we go. Here we go, baby. She appeared on the BBC Live Lounge, where artists are encouraged to cover songs by other people. It often leads to some actually pretty cool tracks. If you have a moment after you've finished watching this video, go over and watch some of their videos. They're very good. BBC Live Lounge. But Katy decided to cover, among other songs, I'll see if I'm, gosh, N-I asterisk asterisk A-S in Paris. Am I pronouncing that right?
She didn't.
She did. Here's the proof.
I said, yeah, I want to do a cover song, but I just want to do something a little bit different. And if that's okay, we're going to skate to one song and one song.
So yes, she can rap, but one's mind goes to Jeff Goldblum, of course, as Dr. Ian Malcolm in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
She spent so much time wondering whether she could rap that she didn't stop to think, should she rap? Can Katy Perry speak French? Her mother apparently can speak French fluently, and so, as is often the way, if your parent can speak something fluently, you kind of pick up little bits and pieces. So she knows a little French, what the French themselves would refer to as un peu. So those are all of the most searched questions for Katy Perry. If you have an idea of who you would like a most searched video done on in the future, please leave it as a comment down below. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know instantly whenever we make one of these videos in the future. And now you know everything that you wanted to know about Katy Perry. They all clumped up.